Good morning. How are you all doing today? Hope all is well. Dr. Scott here from Nature's First Path. Really, really good to be back with you. I'm here at the office, not outside this time like last time. But I just wanted to touch base with you on, on this week's, or I can say maybe this end of the year's theme that I would like to relate to you before we actually hit 2020. And one of the big things that I've been dealing with over this past couple months, a lot of clients have been asking, well, what's the first thing they should start doing before they even come, right, to have a consultation with me or to make these necessary lifestyle changes. And one of the main things that I always let them know is set the intention. So that's something that I did want to talk about today. So, this week's or this month's or this end of the year's right talk is on, setting the intention for healthier outcomes. Now, you're probably saying, intention, why is that so important? Is there anything to that? So let's go back to some of our previous talks and some of our previous writings that we've done on the Nature's First Path site. And yes, intention is very important. And this is a link to the mind body connection. Some might call it the placebo effect. Some might call it, the energy healing field. Whatever it is that you choose to call it, setting the intention is an absolute must if you plan to make changes, if you really plan to heal in your life. I would even go so far as to say setting this aspect of intentional healing is something that's devoid, that's something that's not a part of standard quote unquote Western medicine. It's usually outside of the framework. But as we know with anything in life, before you can do something physically in the world, before you can write, go do something constructive that you thought about, where did it start? It started in the mind first. Always starts in the mind first. So intention is really critical. Team, sometimes we can be our own worst enemy in life and in health. So one of my duties as a naturopathic doctor is not just to talk about the herbs that you should eat and the foods and the types of exercise that you could do with your body, but also how to have hope, right? How to first and foremost shift our perspective on the situation at hand or what we're about to do. Because if the mind can't conceive it, we might get to the physical aspect of it, but if our mind isn't there, it usually falls to the wayside. So we're going deep, not letting it go on the mind body connection because it's critical. Set the intention, as the new year will be coming up shortly, right? In a few weeks, we'll be hitting 2020. Who would have thought, right? Who just 20 years ago we were screaming Y2K, and look, here we are. We're talking about 2020. So, one of the things that I wanted to parlay and relay to you, if you are going to set some New Year's resolutions, or if you've been thinking about it, I have a challenge to you. Why wait? Let's set the intention now. At the very least, if you don't want to do the actual actions until the start of the new year, that's totally your prerogative. But what if we made the shift right here, right now? That's something we can do. All right. So set the intention to embark on the best path forward, on the most hopeful outcome forward. Team, believe me, these are not just empty small words. Those clients who I've worked with that they've done this before they come see me or do any other practice, they have much better outcomes. Why? Because they started to believe it. And even if they didn't believe it at the very beginning, they repeated it to themselves over and over again until it actually starts to sink in. If you repeat something to yourself and you believe it strong enough, not only is that just a thought process, but it can actually become you. It can embody you if you choose it to, right? And we're not saying that that you are your thoughts, but what you can do is you can allow what thoughts you want to become a part of you. All right. So I really believe in being solutions and focus based. I would like to give you 4 simple steps that you can start to embark on either before the start of the new year or at the start. And they're pretty simple. And these are the steps that you really want to be following if you want to have healthier outcomes with whatever that you're doing. If you're going to see a naturopathic doctor, if you're going to see your standard primary care physician or a homeopath or a nutritionist or a Chinese medicine doctor or a massage therapist, whatever it is that you're going to be doing, you're going to see those practitioners. They are going to work with you to get you to a certain point, but the journey is yours, right? The journey is yours. So first and foremost, you have to fully envision yourself getting better with complete hope and complete truth. You have to really believe it, and not just believe it, but see it as well, right? Everybody's health crisis and concern is different. No matter what it is, take hope to the highest level when it comes to your health, right? Take hope to the highest level in regards of what you want to your outcomes. Step 2, take those gradual small steps to change, right? A lot of times people think everything has to be done overnight, and this is where many people tend to run into problems and challenges. So what do I mean by taking small steps to change? If you've been eating, for example, lots and lots of heavy meats 7 days a week, and if you've been thinking about tapering that down, instead of having it 7 days a week, make it 5 or 4 or 3 or 2, whatever you can do, but just take slower, gradual steps. On the flip side, if you've had pretty moderate workouts and you've hit a plateau, maybe you want to increase it, right? But another 2,000 steps or another 5 minutes or another 10 minutes. But the point is, you want it to be something gradual that you can maintain. We can apply this to mindfulness practice. If you try to sit and relax and breathe and meditate and you feel that you can't be in your body still for 15 to 20 minutes, make it 5. Then the next day, make it 6. Do that for a couple of days, then switch it to 7 and 8, and so on and so on. The point is, whatever changes that you want to make in your life, make them gradually and consistently, because when they're gradual and not so extreme, you're more than likely to keep it. And that's what we want moving into the new year. It's better to be slow and gradual and consistent rather than fast, extreme, and then burning out and giving out. Okay? Step 3, embody all that you believe and own it. In other words, accept where you are in the healing process, right? And you don't have to apologize for it, right? Be your own individual in terms of what you believe about health. Do your research, do your knowledge, own it. If someone asks you, you know what, this is where I'm at, this is what I believe, and embody that and live it to the highest level. Also, be willing to shift your perspective if you find another modality that works better for you, right? And step 4, follow up on your care by what you've already changed and what can be adjusted. So this would be sometime down the line where you've made these changes, right? You have envisioned yourself becoming who you want to be health-wise. You've had the hope. You've taken the small steps. You've embodied all that you believe in for a matter of time. But when you want to go back and follow up on it. Is it still working for you? Check. Have you reached a plateau? Okay, time to take things to the next level. What can be adjusted? What can be tweaked? Going back to that concept that health is not an end destination. It is a journey for life. And we will, just like our body will be adjusting to different microbes and viruses and bacteria that we might not even be aware of, we also need to be in the state of switching things up, adjusting, reading, analyzing, and always confirming that we are in the most authentic place possible with our healing progress. But what was the first step? Intention. Okay? So that's what I wanted to leave you all with before we get kicked off to the new year. Please follow my social media information that will be posted underneath this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please send me a message. Be on the lookout for upcoming events. Okay? And it's always been a pleasure to share these moments and these words with you. Dr. Scott here, live from Los Angeles, wishing you a very, very peaceful and vibrant and fully engaged end of 2019, and may 2020 be that much higher and better. Remember, first things first, intention. If the intention is not there, things are going to fall apart some way, somehow. All right, I got to get back to work here. Have a great day. We'll build soon. Peace. Take care.